So hello everyone and welcome to Empower Hour. I'm Liz Benson. I'm with the Roseville branch. And I'm going to introduce Katrina Sawa to you. She is going to be speaking in regards to getting more clients to your business. So I'm talking today about, or she's going to be speaking about marketing, selling your business. Those are the two most critical activities as a small business owner or a sales professional in any industry needs to learn and get really good at doing. So maybe you know a lot of what to do in your marketing and sales, but it's the actual how to do it that's missing. So Katrina is going to share with us how to get your marketing for your small business. Katrina, nice to have you with us tonight.
Thanks, ladies. I'm glad to be here. And we'll be efficient with this talk tonight so that we can all get on to dinner and things like that. So, all right. So we're streaming on Facebook. Yay. Okay, so we're live. I'm going to go and do a PowerPoint, but like if there was a whole 50 people here, I'd want to kind of pop on and off and ask lots of questions. I really love being interactive with people. So for those of you who are here, please feel free to unmute throughout the presentation. I talk kind of fast, so I'll try to pause a little bit so you can unmute. But ask questions. If not, I'll just do the thing that I normally do, and I hope it helps you. I know people will be watching in the replay, I guess. So, okay, I'm going to share my screen, and tonight we're talking about marketing basics for consistent cash flow. And I'm probably I've been doing this talk for quite some time, but things have changed in our marketplace. And so I'll be sharing different types of tips than I have in the past. So if you've seen me before, it might be a little different. What I like to start off with is, sometimes we have to, the reason I talk about the what if a lot is because we can't afford to take time off without pay, right? Like right now, the salons and spas, I was just at my hairdresser today and she just got into another spa or a salon where she can cut hair. And so I was very excited to hear that for her. And I hate to see the people that are out of work right now and or trying to start up their business or having to shift or close or do their business differently, like the restaurants, they're putting tables on the street corner, on their parking spots just to serve food. It's crazy what's going on right now. But for you guys entrepreneurs who maybe it's been affecting you, maybe it hasn't been affecting you, maybe COVID has actually been a blessing for your business. I don't know, but what we want to look at, this was a what if situation. COVID was definitely something that we couldn't plan for. We never would have thought would happen, that they would have shut down and done so many restrictions. And so moving forward, we have to make sure that we put the right marketing strategies, sales processes, and systems into our business so that we don't lose as much money as possible, so we can still make money no matter what happens, whether it's something out of your control like this or something still out of your control, maybe like a health problem or a health issue for yourself or a loved one. I know a lot of people that are taking care of their loved ones right now, their significant others or their parents. I've had to do that. My mom stayed with me during COVID for like 3 months before she could move into a retirement community. And we really had to pivot the way we were doing with her. So I talk about this first because you really have to take these things that I'm talking about today seriously and put them into your calendar. You have to make the time. I know you're too busy. I know you've got too much on your plate, but you have to make the time to do some of this stuff so that you can see more consistent revenue. And so if you're watching this, maybe you're kind of overwhelmed with all the different marketing stuff out there. You're not sure what should work. Should you do Facebook ads? Should you do a Facebook group? Should you be on LinkedIn or Instagram or doing video? Or you start to feel guilty because you're not doing enough of this stuff. Guilt can really eat away at our motivation and our determination of doing some of these revenue producing activities. You're probably watching because you want more consistent revenue, right? Want more consistent revenue. And we all want that because the roller coaster of cash flow sucks, doesn't it? I was on that roller coaster of cash flow for probably 14 out of the 18 years that I've been in business, no joke. And so I know how it feels to 1 month you're like, woohoo, everything's great, and you can actually afford your bills and maybe afford some help in your business. The next month you're like, you're canceling your subscriptions, you're stopping your virtual assistant, and you are eating top ramen or something stupid like that, right? I mean, I've been there, and it's no fun. What's more fun is if you can make a lot more money doing what you love. And sometimes, actually, one of the biggest tips I give is raise your rates. Can you raise your rates? Most of us can raise our rates at any given point in time, at least once a year, if not more often, if you are a coach or consultant or speaker or something like that. I know that some businesses, it's not easy, but you can raise your rates, or maybe you can create another income stream for yourself. We're going to talk a little bit about that. I'm here for one reason, and that's really to show you some ways that you might not be thinking, or maybe you just need a reminder on how you can do more revenue producing activities so you can see more consistent revenue. The first thing sometimes I like to talk about is, like, sometimes people don't even have realistic money goals set for themselves. So how much money do you really need to make to not dip into savings, to not freak out and stress out, to not have to put stuff on your credit cards every month? What is that monthly number that you need to do that? But then what else do you need to run your business successfully? Do you need an assistant? Do you need a new website? Is your website more than 3 years old? If it is, you probably need a new website by now, because technology changes. Do you need to invest in some new software, or buy some new marketing materials or signage now that we're on video? Like, how are you gonna do your video space, right? We might have some big banners behind you or something. You might need, I bought a standing desk because I found myself sitting so much that my legs were just like, they needed to move. And so I bought this standing desk that now I can go up and down and change the way that I work throughout the day. So you just, you have to be investing back in yourself. So finding this need number, I have a need number worksheet that I'll put a link to in the chat. But if you go to jumpstartyourmarketing.com/need number spelled out, then you can get that as totally free. And it's a good little worksheet to do, actually. You have to know what motivates you, right? So some of us are already making 6 figures, some aren't there yet. Some want to travel. Some of you just want to have more family time. Some want to, go on a beach somewhere, which is me right now, waiting for Hawaii to open back up. But whatever motivates you is going to help you get more marketing done. So you have to keep that motivation on top of mind. Today I'm going to cover 3 things, the biggest mistakes entrepreneurs make, and I'm just going to breeze through that because I really want to get to the secrets to enjoying a consistent, smooth running, money-making business, and then some simple steps you can do today. So we all know the mistakes because you probably hear them from friends and family. Oh, I can't afford it. You probably hear it from prospects too. Oh, I have tried it, it didn't work. I don't believe it. I don't have time. Yada, yada. I mean, they're just excuses, right? We know they're excuses, but sometimes they get in the way of us actually doing certain things in our business, especially the marketing, especially if we don't know how to do something, or we don't know exactly what to say in an email, or what to say on a video, or how to do something. We freeze up and use one of these excuses, and we want to put that aside. We want to stop doing that and just say, how can I learn this? Who can I learn it from? What can I do differently, right? Now, I've already told you I've been in business for a long, long time, and I've been everywhere. I've spoken in 2 different countries. I do lots of virtual calls these days, and I just keep evolving my business. But I've always done networking and follow-up, and I believe that if you just do more networking and follow-up in more different places with more ladies or men or whoever you serve, I mean, you can talk to a lot more people, and that is like I think the best relationship-oriented marketing you can do, the best, friendliest, easy, non-salesy type of an environment. So if you don't want to be salesy, more networking, ladies, seriously. I really love to help people design the business around the kind of life you want to live. If I did nothing but hang out with my family and empower some of my friends and clients in my events and my groups, I would be a happy camper. That's all I need. I don't have a big bucket list. I don't have to go skydiving or, see the Great Wall of China or anything like that. I really just want to do this kind of stuff. I'm kind of a homebody. And so I'm actually loving this COVID stuff. And frankly, my husband is too. And he's really helpful around the house. Let me tell you, he is loving being the guy that goes to the grocery store, fixes this, and he just bought a new microwave. And he has his own business too. So it's really great. And so if you're not living the life that you want, we got to do more marketing so we can make more money, people. Okay. Now, I'm not going to go through all this because I just have a little bit of time. I really want to get to some of the right things you need to do in your marketing and sales. The next thing, after you know how much you need to sell, you have to figure out what you're selling. Now, you may not be able to see all the nitty-gritty little numbers on here, and that's not the point. The point is that you have kind of a mix of products and services. You have some things for $10, $20, $50, or $100 available, like a book or a free, or like a webinar, or an audio, or a 3-part video series, or something that you can sell for low price. I call it an easy yes offer, so that you can get people to try you out. Because some people are only willing to invest $100 or so in order to see if they like you first, okay? Then you wanna have the middle of the road stuff for the people who are ready to dive in, at least with 2 feet. And then you wanna have some high-end programs, products, and services if you can in what you're doing as well, because some people are ready to go straight to the deep end with you as soon as they meet you because they are your perfect customer. So please think about having a mix in your product funnel. And we're not going to get into that deeply today, but think about like the different price points you have, and can you serve a lot of different people and at least get them started somewhere with something that you do. Do you realize that you might need to make a change or two this year? I mean, I think we all have done that. We definitely can't be relying on the same old thinking or the same old marketing anymore. And I think every year I learn something new and do something new in my business myself. This is Miranda. She's a client of mine that was from years ago, but what's really fun about her is she is rocking in her business. Now, we haven't worked together for years, but when she came to me, she was running all over New York City, doing one-on-one fitness training. And she would do classes at some gyms, but she would also go to people's homes and stuff like that. And she wanted to have kids. This was before this picture. She wanted to have kids, but she had no time. Not only that, but she didn't have, the doctor said she wasn't going to be able to have kids. But when we changed her entire business model to more of an online fitness membership, this was way before COVID. And this was, I don't even know, like 5 years ago or something. And we changed it. It was hard at first. She started doing exercises on the video, and she started with a small group of people in her fit and healthy tribe. And now she's got a huge following. She's all over Facebook. She's just, you see her with her kids doing exercises. It's really fun. And she's more happy than ever now that she does have the 2 boys. So it is about the lifestyle. And sometimes we have to stop doing the thing that we think we need to do the way we think we need to do it and reinvent what we could potentially do. And sometimes you just don't see it until somebody else, you brainstorm and you figure out, you like get some ideas. So sometimes you just need to brainstorm and get some ideas in order to think of how to do this differently. So the 3-step jumpstart your marketing system that I teach is get in front of more people more often and in more ways, which is the actual lead generation. How do you get more people to pay attention to you and get into your world? Then number 2 is to make it easier for people to buy or get information, which means we have to look at your website, we have to look at your systems, we have to look at your processes for your follow-up and your marketing and your sales processes. We have to make sure that when you do go to a live event, again, you have books to buy or order forms to sign up for things, or sign-up sheets or flyers or marketing materials, or when you're speaking that you have signage, and you make it easier for people to actually take action and pay you today, okay? And then you create your interactive relationship marketing follow-up system and sales system, and that is what you do after you meet somebody, whether you meet them online on Zoom, whether they're across the country or across the world or in your backyard, or whether you meet them in person at the grocery store at a networking event, or you're referred to somebody. You have to have this process that you take people through. Otherwise, you're only going to be able to meet maybe a couple dozen people a month, because let's face it, That stuff takes time. That nurturing process, that relationship building takes time. We don't want to just automate everything like a robot. We want to still be very nurturing and very relationship oriented in those processes. I get people emailing me back from my auto emails all the time that say, oh, thanks for following up with me again. I really appreciate you sending me this, because it sounds like I'm sending it right to them. And I am. When I wrote it initially, that was my intent, that it sounded very genuine, and I am genuine. I just can't do it manually with every single person anymore because there's too many people coming in. So if you want that problem, that is a good problem to have, but you have to have the system set up to make sure people don't slip through the cracks. And that's really the key. Okay, so if you don't stop and set this stuff up now, then you're going to be in trouble. Either if you turn on the marketing hose and do a lot of marketing and get a lot of leads coming in, they're just going to be falling through the cracks and you're going to be losing thousands of dollars. Okay. But otherwise, if you have the systems, then you can. Sometimes people are afraid to market because they see themselves working too hard already, and they don't see how they can take the time to even manage any more leads. Well, it's the systems and the website and the automation that is going to help you do that. And it's more that I can tell you in a half an hour talk on what all that includes, because you all might need different systems. But so getting in front of more people more often and in more ways is what we're talking about. It's the marketing part. And there's 3 types of marketing. There's new business marketing, database marketing, and referral source marketing. New business marketing is where most business owners focus. They try to get a new lead. They try to meet new people, right? They write blog posts. They put blogs on social media. They put posts out there. They try to get people to answer. They try to get new friends or connections on LinkedIn or people to follow them on Instagram. They try to get free publicity, or they go and do a speech somewhere like this and try to get in front of new people. They ask for referrals. They maybe make phone calls, maybe make cold calls. Maybe you do some advertising. Maybe you do some direct mail. It's whatever you're going to do to get people into your world is the new business marketing. And then the database marketing is where most businesses fail to do enough. And that's once they come into your world, you actually don't follow up with them enough. You don't nurture them enough. You don't relate to them enough. And I tell you, there's a whole bunch of things on this page that you could do. Obviously, you can have special sales, promotion. You could pick up the phone. You could have a text message campaign for those who want to be on your text. You could have an open house. You could have a retreat. You could send something in the mail, like a book or a flyer. You could have calls now on Zoom. You could send birthday cards. You could do videos. You could do one-off videos, like using BombBomb and some other different sources where you can send a video just to you. So if I was sending a video to Erin, I'd say, hey, Erin, it's great to meet you the other day. I really would love to connect with you. Let's follow up soon. And it would go straight to her with her name in it, right? So there's even that option these days. But let's face it, that takes time. Why not take a video and say, hey, I'm so glad you're here, and talk in general, but still personal. If you add video to a lot of your follow-up sequences, I promise you will get better results. Video is huge for connecting. You don't know them as much, but they will get to know you over and over and over through these constant video connections that you can send. You can post on a website. You can put on Facebook or LinkedIn. You can put on your blog. You can put on a web page once they sign in. There's some videos is like, if there's nothing more you do, it's like, where else can you place videos so that people can get to know you throughout the process? Referral source marketing is what most businesses forget altogether, or they feel uncomfortable asking for referrals. And this is where you can go to your clients and say, hey, I'm looking for a couple great clients just like you. Who do you know that needs the help that I do with you and needs that as well? I'd love if you could just brainstorm a couple people and connect me. That'd be awesome. Right? It's actually the easiest marketing to do is referral source marketing. So you can ask your clients, you can ask friends on Facebook, your connections on LinkedIn, you can put posts out there, you can do all kinds of things like that. You can ask for other people to share your stuff. That's like a referral source in a way. So if you have a free webinar or a free gift or a free ebook or a free giveaway that you might be doing, ask people if they'd be willing to share that stuff with their friends on Facebook or their email list or their LinkedIn followers or Instagram followers, because the more that other people share you, the more you'll get that implied credibility and friendship then, because they trust that person, so therefore they will trust you, at least in the beginning, unless you do them wrong. But so asking people, joint ventures, I just did a quick little video about this today in my group on Facebook, but honestly, joint ventures is one of the biggest things you can do, and it's absolutely free. I would highly recommend, so when you are meeting people on Zoom calls or at networking events or even on social media, and you have this connection, like you have something where you can really collaborate. Maybe you do similar things. Maybe you, even if you have, or you're both business coaches or you're both health coaches, but you speak on slightly different, have slightly different opinions about a certain topic, or your complementary businesses, like a life coach and a health coach, or a copywriter and a website designer, or a real estate agent and a mortgage consultant. You have complementary your complementary business owners, right? You have similar target audiences. Then the number one thing you can do, you guys, seriously right now, is to go live on Facebook once a week, pick a different person every single week and go live with them on Facebook once a week. Just say, every Wednesday, I'm going to bring you a new friend of mine, and we're going to share about each other's stuff. And then that person shares you to their people. And so you're getting in front of a brand new group of new people. That's just one idea. That it's like a joint venture collaboration, but you don't have to do a paid program or anything together. You're just introducing each other to each other's list. And what do you say on that video? Well, a quick little outline might be like, hey, Katrina, or hey, Erin, tell people about what you do in your business and why getting more confidence is going to help them. And then Erin would say that. And then Erin would say, Katrina, you tell them why you think confidence is going to be da-da-da-da, if we're talking about confidence. And then I'd say, give them some tips, Erin, on the top 3 things you recommend for clients. And then Erin would say, Katrina, you give them 3 tips. And then we would have different tips, obviously. And then I'd say, Erin, why don't you tell people where they can get more information, and what do you have for free, and what kind of thing are you doing next? And then she would say, Katrina, how about you tell people where they can get more information from you? Simple. 3 simple steps that you can each introduce each other, and you each tell your own little thing. It's like a little teeny tiny speaking gig, 20 minutes tops. You're in, you're out every single week. Pick a new person. I'm sure you have 52 friends that you could do this with on a weekly basis. If that is all you added, imagine the hundreds or thousands of people you can get in front of every single month right there. I mean, you can't be afraid of video. And that is an easy, free way to do something right now that you don't even have to plan for. Because Facebook Live, you just kind of go, you know? So it's not like we have to have this big launch or any kind of strategy or sign up sheet on our website. And so there's no excuse, people, for that, okay? So this could be a really great strategy that you implement today. And I don't care what it is that you do. It doesn't matter what your business is. You cannot have an excuse to that. So I love to come up with ideas that people can't have an excuse, because I don't like excuses. I think they're just, they're a waste of breath, frankly. The other thing you could do is well, you can host a webinar, you can host a Q&A call. This is what I've been telling a lot of clients recently, and it's more of a new business marketing strategy, but put a call on the calendar once or twice a month, you guys. Just a call, a Zoom call for an hour, whatever, kind of like Empower Hour or some of the other networking events you might go to. Decide what kind of format you like. You've been to a lot of calls already. What's the format that you like? I like to come on and do introductions around the room just so everybody kind of feels connected. That's how I like to start calls, right? I introduce myself too and establish myself as the facilitator or the expert or whatever. But I like to give everybody else opportunity for exposure. And then You can choose to bring on a speaker if you want for, say, a short period of time, not the whole call though, because we don't want to take up the whole call with the speaker. I think the speaker should be a short snippet. They can always get more information from them later. You need to potentially do something that showcases your expertise in that call as well. I love to do little mini hot seats. So when we have a lot of people live on the calls, I don't do as much PowerPoint. I'd much rather just shove the PowerPoint aside and say, okay, what are you working on? What do you need help with? Oh, this is what you do. This is what you say. And it's all recorded, and you can walk away with your action steps and 3 to 5 things that you can actually do to get more clients or make more money. So that's my format. What's your format? You know, do a call. You don't have to come to the call with a whole bunch of curriculum that you're going to teach. You don't have to come with PowerPoint. You don't have to come with anything but a topic of discussion, frankly, and say, hey, we're going to talk about confidence tonight. Let's get more confidence, right? You can open up the lines, have Q&A, you can help coach people, you can bring on a speaker or not, but it gets you exposure and people get to experience you in a way that is you. Nobody else, you know, that's how they get to know, like, and trust you faster. I would highly recommend this strategy, you guys, and as often as you can. If you need a lot more clients, then do 2 calls a month. Okay, do it every other week, first and third Thursday at 3 p.m., whatever you want to do. Pick the time that works for you, okay? And just do it and share it and ask people to share it for you. You'd be amazed that after a few months, you're going to get a lot more people coming to those calls. So that's just another strategy and something I think we can do right now. One thing you do want to do is you want to just make sure if you are leading calls and doing things like that, if you aren't used to doing them, write a little template for yourself for a script in the beginning and say, oh, my name's Katrina Sawa and I'm the founder of this group and this is what it's all about and this is what I do and this is how I help you and this is what we get to do today and this is the agenda. You might want to write yourself a script. So this is how I started when I started doing teleclasses like 12 years ago, is I'd have to write myself a script because I would forget what the intro was, right? And so don't do that. Just write yourself a script and read it until you start really remembering it. Make sure you also have a script for the end of your call, please. The end of your call is really important because you want to wrap it up with a nice little bow. You want to tell them maybe to go somewhere or download something or jump into a paid program or come to a call with you. Possibly a call to action at the end would be helpful, okay? Or remind them of when the next call is, etc. And or tell their friends and ask for referrals, right? So a lot of times those beginning and ending scripts can help really well, where the middle can just kind of be free flow, depending on your personality. I know sometimes that's hard for people who like it perfect, but try to let that go and you'll see results faster, I promise. So what can you delegate with all of this? Well, a lot of it. I mean, you can delegate 10% of it, 50% of it, or 80% of some of this marketing and follow-up stuff that you're going to be doing. And if you need a list of what to delegate or you need help to find the right virtual assistant or web person, please contact me because I have a whole list of people I love, love, love to help people find the right person. And I just want to check the chat real quick and see if we're good. I think we're on time. Okay. All right. And then what can you tweak for a more consistent, smooth running, money making business? Hopefully you got some ideas already that you can do. Here is just another little checklist. I like to have you look at your website. And so look at it like don't look at it like from your eyes as you're the website owner. Look at it from a complete stranger. So if a complete stranger came to your website today, would they be able to get information right away? Would they know exactly what you do and who you do it with? Would they be able to sign up for something for free and get on your list immediately and solve their problem? Would they be able to find what you sell? Some people don't even have services pages. Would they be able to find a way to actually get to a call with you easily without a lot of clicks, right? Would they be able to take a poll or watch a video of you so they can get to know you? Would they be able to book you as a speaker? Would they even know that you are a speaker if you are a speaker, right? Would they be able to see your testimonials and see how amazing you are by other videos and other testimonials that are on your website? Would you be able to take them through a process without touching that lead? Would they be able to sign up for something and get something else and then dive in and buy this and then get to the next step and maybe get to your Facebook? If they can't do that, all on their own and get to many different places in your website on their own in the middle of the night, then we want to merely look at your website. And I would love, love, love to do a website like review call with you, because I'm really good at finding those holes and opportunities where you can maximize your website for free or low cost. Like, honestly, if you know how to do some stuff, I don't want you to just get a new website all the time. If it looks good enough and it's professional enough, then I might just suggest some tweaks and changes. But I will tell you, I'm kind of a blunt, in your face kind of gal. And if your website is not so good looking, and if I'm a visitor and I would not trust you by looking at your website, I might suggest you need a whole new one. And yes, it costs money. You have to invest in your website. Your website needs to be the hub of your business. You have to trust me on this. If you are not investing in your website and doing things on your website every single month, then you are losing money. Losing money, I guarantee it, if you're not paying attention to it on a monthly basis. So I would love to talk with you about that. And any other things I can do for you. There's a whole bunch of options, you guys. I have a ton of stuff on my website, and I know it gets overwhelming. If you go to jumpstartyourmarketing.com, if you do /free trainings, you'll find some free stuff. Try me out. It's all good. But if you want to jump into an event, or say my International Entrepreneur Network, it's only $7 a month to jump into an International Entrepreneur Network. And you get 3 calls with me every single month. One's at 8 a.m., one's at noonish, one's at 5 p.m., all different days. It's easy peasy to get the advice that you need, quick answers to your questions. Come and see me if there's anything I can do to support you. And I'll stop sharing now and put some links in the chat if you guys want. And yeah, I don't know how long that was, but I have a clock, but you know, I think it was about 30 minutes.
I think you did amazing. Thank you so much, Katrina. You're always so inspiring and also so insightful. You always come up with the most amazing things to talk about, and things that are so relevant in today's and where we're at with kind of COVID and everything going on. And to everybody who's dealing with the fires right now, I know that that's kind of off subject, but we have a lot of Empower Our members who are dealing with fires right now. So if you are in need, if you're needing anything from you know, a place to stay to food or something, you know, just let us know. Please reach out to Empower Our. We would love to help you however that may be. If you haven't had a chance to meet Katrina and all the amazing things that she does, please, please, please check out her website. It's amazing. She really does know what she's talking about. She's a phenomenal person, and I hope that you get a chance to really get a chance to get to know her as a person. She's a great person too. So not only does she know her stuff, she's also a good person. Double win. Okay, wonderful. So a couple things I wanted to talk about real quickly for the ladies of Empower Hour. We have a book coming out called Empowered Women of Empower Hour. It's coming out on September 1st. All proceeds are going to a nonprofit to help homeless women and children, as well as for coaching for confidence, for grieving, for businesses, and so many other things too. So please go ahead and get a copy of the book on September 1st. There will be a bunch of really great interviews of the different authors. We have 14 authors throughout California. And so we really hope that you get a chance to check it out. Also, we have 6 Empowers next month, in the month of August, that are going to be online in the Sacramento and San Diego area. So we hope you can join us. We'll go ahead and post all of those different times and locations when it gets closer to the month of September. And we hope that you're having a great August. We hope that your year is getting better than it was, at least. And we hope that you stay safe during this time period that is very interesting, to say the least, but more than anything, just stay safe during this fire season. So we thank you, and we're happy you're here. Thanks, guys.